Hey everybody, welcome to the third video. I'm finishing it up today. So in this one, I'm testing the last two. First one is going to be PC Tools Antivirus Free Edition, and I just updated it today, like 5 minutes ago. So now I'm going to do a right-click scan, and I'm going to let this scan, and I'm probably going to take a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video, and I'll be right back when this is done scanning for the second time, because I'm going to do one scan to make sure that it removes everything, and then another one to make sure that it didn't miss anything. So I'll be back after the second scan is done. Alright guys, so I just did a scan. This is the second time I did the scan to make sure that it was right, and it detected 0 threats. If I open this up, all the malware is still there. So out of 2,365 pieces of malware, PC Tools Free Edition found nothing. So that's just really weird. And I'll show you that it is fully updated, so you can see. There you go. And I'll do one so you can see, because it'll scan all the files again for the third time. There you go. Wow. I would have thought I would have caught some of these, but it caught none of them. So we're gonna put that at 0%. Very interesting. So now let's do 5. And there's 5. So it looks like the computer's kind of fairly locked up right now. Oh, looks like it blocked something. And now it's restarting. So I'll be back after it's done restarting with a scan from Malwarebytes. Okay, so apparently I can't even get this to work in safe mode because I keep getting logged off. So I would have to use some kind of bootable CD to clean up this malware infection, because it just won't let me stay logged in long enough. It'll just throw me right out. So you can see that. So I'm going to count that on the proactive part as a fail, without being able to know how many infections it let in. So that being said, I'm going to power this one off, and I'm going to move on to the last machine. The last machine is Microsoft Security Essentials. So I will be back after I unpack the malware on the desktop, and I'll see you then. Okay, so I turned RealTime Scan back on after I unpacked, and it looks like it's already starting to detect some of these. So for the time being, I'm going to turn off the real-time protection, only because I want to be able to do a right click and scan, and it's kind of interfering. So as you can see, I just checked for updates. You saw I was doing that. We'll check again just so you can see. Okay, and now I'm going to scan. So I will be back when the second scan is done. It's already found some threats, so I'll see you whenever this is done scanning for the second time. Hey guys, I'm back now. I had a little bit of problem with the recording, so I'm narrating this after I recorded the video. There was something wrong with I forgot to turn on the microphone, I think is what happened, and so I'm kind of doing this after I recorded the video and explained some stuff, so I'm just going to kind of go with what the video is showing you. Well, what you can see here is I was having problems getting MSC to delete these files. It was taking forever, so I start the review, the first one, and started it later. I just paused the video, the virtual machine. As you can see how it's counting down real slowly. It, you know, when you have a couple thousand pieces of malware, the way this is going, it'll take forever. So what I think is going to happen here, if I remember right, is that I'm going to pause the video and I come back when it's done checking for the second time. So I think that's what's going to happen, because a lot of these I had to actually remove manually while I was taking them. I had to go through the list from MSC and one by one remove them. So there you go. Now I'm back after who knows how long, another 2 hours I think, and it finally scanned and it said it removed everything and it couldn't find any more. So now you can see there's the list for the other ones. You can be able to see how many MSC left over. So left over, I think 565. So I want to do the calculation now, and it comes out to be 76.2% detection, or 76.1. So now I'm going to go and test out to see how some of these do after the fact, see how MSC reacts in a proactive sense to these pieces of malware. I wish you could hear the commentary that I was making, but that's what happens when you forget to put it on the right input for the microphone. So I guess you can just kind of watch the video a little bit. Pretty self-explanatory here. So now I'm going to check Task Manager, see if there's anything in there. I think I see some stuff floating around. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this software, whatever this is, and then I'm going to pause the video and run a scan with Malwarebytes. And then, you know, we'll get the result from Malwarebytes whenever that scan is done. I can't even remember what I was talking about here. So yeah, what's going to happen is I'm going to restart and then do a Malwarebytes scan, because restarting will get rid of some of these active files in RAM, so I can delete that folder. Well, there you go. Malwarebytes is done scanning, and it found 3 things. As you can see, it found a malware, a couple of Trojans that it didn't stop from installing themselves. So there's the result. So what I want to say here is that you can see the detection percentage is one thing, and that's fairly repeatable. But the proactive test, what I really wanted to show in the proactive test is that a pure antivirus is not going to protect you anymore. It doesn't matter how good its detection ratio, you'll still get infected. You can see that, and also I wanted to point out that you see Komodo, some people are saying that it's a bad antivirus. It's actually right along with everybody else. You know, between what's at 80 and 90 some percent, it's pretty much right in the middle. um, plus or minus, a couple percent on everybody, we'll say, to give everybody some leeway. It's not as bad as people say it is. But in the end, the proactive part test here, what this shows you is that without some kind of hips or sandbox or something, your system is not fully protected. And that really just proves the point right there. Because Komodo has the hips, it's the only one that actually stopped active threats from coming into the system. So it doesn't matter what antivirus you pick, you need something else to go with it. And some of these, like Avast, they even have a behavior blocker, which at this point in time doesn't work. And MSC, Panda, and Immunet are all cloud, which means that they respond faster to threats than some of the other ones. And you can kind of see how that proves true, in the 90 percentage versus 85, 76. PC Tools is amazing that it didn't detect anything. I did that scan 3 times, you saw that, and it still didn't detect a single thing, which is completely amazing. So it really shows you that PC Tools free antivirus, at least in this test, is really not something you want to look at getting. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll talk to everybody later. Take care and have a good night.